It was only at the age of 25 that I came across the book that changed my life, The Highly Sensitive Person by Dr. Elaine Aron. I could finally put a name to my overwhelmingly technicolor experience of life. And it gave me hope that there were others like me. In this book, she describes highly sensitive people, or in short, HSPs, as people who have a genetic trait of sensory processing sensitivity. That's quite a mouthful. And surprisingly, 15 to 20% of the population is HSP. Now, she uses the wonderful acronym DOES to summarize the core traits of HSPs. The D stands for depth of processing. As HSPs, we have a phenomenal ability to deeply analyze absolutely everything. My favorite example for this is what I like to call Chinese restaurant syndrome. Basically, we can take up to an hour to read the entire 40-page menu, despite the fact that we will very likely order our favorite dish anyway. The O stands for overstimulation. We get quickly overwhelmed by the world around us. Now, I'm Bavarian and I love our Oktoberfest, but I actually have to leave after an hour because I get completely overpowered by the mix of roast chicken smells with candy floss and the cacophony of songs and the massive crowds. It is too much for my senses. The E stands for empathy. HSPs feel what others feel. It's like that old Hebrew saying, when one cries, the other tastes salt. Lastly, the S stands for awareness of subtleties. HSPs are like a finely tuned sensor. They can pick up on the minutest things. Unfortunately, that means that they are also the kind of people that will wake you up at 3 a.m. to tell you that they hear a tap dripping in the kitchen 2 floors down. As you can see, being an HSP is about far more than emotional reactivity. I would like to address the 2 big elephants in the room when it comes to HSP stereotypes. The first assumption is that HSPs must simply be undercover introverts that wanted a fancier name. The fact of the matter is, 30% of HSPs are actually extroverts, which means we cannot park them in the convenient quiet wallflower category. HSPs come in many shades of pastel. Secondly, because of the supposed femininity of HSP traits, many assume that HSPs are women. It may come as a surprise that 50% of HSPs are in fact men. In our society, men are not supposed to be sensitive, but aggressive and competitive. Sadly, the notion that men can be both sensitive and strong is still too much of an alien concept. Now, it is a good time to tell you that I don't think HSPs are better or worse than anyone else. They are simply different. I would also like to point out, despite the rumors, that they are not members of the special Snowflake Society. And also, HSPs don't have a secret handshake to identify each other either. HSPs are like everyone else, except that they experience the world in a more vivid way.